In the dimly lit corridors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where the scent of fresh pizza intermingled with the whirring of animatronic gears, a tale of twisted ambition and macabre consequences unfolded. William Afton, a man driven by an unconventional vision of joy, found himself at the crossroads of dreams and despair. It all began with a Circus Bears mesmerizing live show, sparking a revelation in Afton's mind. Fueled by a desire to bring unparalleled entertainment to the world, he ventured into the realm of animatronics. However, lacking expertise in the intricacies of crafting lifelike creatures, he initially resorted to crude, makeshift costumes. Enter Henry, a man with a shared passion for Afton's dream. Together, they embarked on a journey to design animatronics that would captivate and enchant audiences. Little did they know that this collaboration would sow the seeds of their own demise. The turning point came when rival establishments introduced knockoff versions of Afton's creations, the mediocre Melodies. Afton's frustration mounted as he discovered that Henry had played a role in the development of these imitations. The dream that once united them now became a source of bitter resentment. In a fit of madness, Afton's fury was unleashed upon Henry's innocent daughter. The echoes of her tragic demise reverberated through the pizzeria, leaving a stain on the once hopeful dream. Yet, Afton's descent into darkness didn't stop there. 5 more children, and one named Cassidy, met gruesome fates, their souls forever bound within the cold, metallic confines of the animatronics at Freddy Fazbear's. Unfazed by the horrors that transpired within the pizzeria, Afton callously persisted. He kept the doors of Freddy Fazbear's open, even as Henry distanced himself from the haunting legacy they had created together. The pizzeria became a stage for both the illusion of joy and the grim reality of tragedy, a place where the line between dreams and nightmares blurred into an indistinct haze. As the animatronics mechanically performed their routines, the dark history of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria remained concealed beneath the surface, a malevolent force lurking in the shadows, ready to consume those who dared to delve into the macabre secrets of the establishment. As the years stretched on, a grim pattern emerged within the vicinity of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Children would inexplicably vanish, their disappearances shrouded in mystery. Each incident sent shockwaves through the community, but the truth remained elusive, buried beneath layers of deceit and manipulation. Unbeknownst to anyone but Afton himself, the pizzeria had become a sinister stage for his unspeakable deeds. More young souls fell victim to his twisted ambitions, joining the grim roster of those before them, 5 others whose fates were sealed within the cold, mechanical husks of the animatronics, and one named Cassidy, forever trapped in a nightmarish eternity. Yet, the facade of innocence persisted. Freddy Fazbear's continued to lure in patrons with its vibrant colors, cheerful music, and the whimsical performances of the animatronics, all the while concealing the harrowing truth. It was a paradoxical space, a beacon of childhood joy juxtaposed with the chilling reality of unsolved disappearances. Amidst the laughter and festivities, the pizzeria bore witness to a secret horror, a malevolent undercurrent coursing beneath its seemingly benign exterior. Afton, the architect of this malevolence, harbored no remorse or hesitation. He was far from done, his dark desires driving him to further depths of depravity. The innocent facade of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria masked a haunting truth, an insidious force dwelling within the animatronics, an ever-present reminder of the lives lost and the souls ensnared within the mechanical confines. Each passing day brought the establishment closer to becoming a crucible of unspeakable terror, its true nature concealed from the unsuspecting world. And within this eerie dance of joy and horror, Afton continued to pull the strings, orchestrating a symphony of darkness and dread, his ambitions boundless and his conscience absent. In the hushed corridors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, a chilling incident shook the very foundation of perceived reality. It was the fateful year of 1987 when the mundane routine of night security took a grotesque turn. Afton, the orchestrator of this theater of macabre, witnessed the impossible unfold before his very eyes. The animatronics, once thought to be under his control, manifested an unnerving sentience. Among them, Freddy Fazbear himself, harboring a spectral force, launched an inexplicable attack on a lone security guard. The chaos that ensued defied all logical explanation. The very essence of these animatronics, supposedly mere vessels for lost souls, seemed to transcend their confines. Afton stood frozen in disbelief, grappling with the haunting realization that these spirits might not be entirely dormant, their restless energy intertwining with the mechanical shells that contained them. Was the bite intended for Afton, the architect of their torment? Did these trapped spirits harbor a consciousness that sought retribution beyond the grave? Questions swirled in the depths of Afton's mind, shattering the illusion of control he had meticulously crafted over the years. The air within Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria became thick with foreboding, a palpable tension lingering between the fabricated innocence of the establishment and the ominous truth that had begun to unravel. The veil between the living and the spectral grew thin, blurring the boundaries of reality. Afton, haunted by the disturbing revelation of the animatronics' unexpected savagery, grappled with the unsettling possibility that the spirits of the departed children might not be entirely at rest. The pizzeria, once a playground of joy and laughter, now echoed with the whispers of a chilling uncertainty, the specter of the unknown looming over every corner. In the wake of the inexplicable event of 1987, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria stood as a monument to a twisted legacy, its walls holding secrets that defied comprehension, while Afton confronted the unnerving prospect that the souls he thought silenced might still possess a terrifying influence over the world they had been bound to. In a harrowing display of unchecked fury, William Afton succumbed to a torrent of rage, his mind consumed by an unfathomable wrath that eclipsed reason and humanity. The echoes of his seething anger reverberated within the hallowed halls of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. On a seemingly ordinary day, amidst the vibrant revelry of a children's party, Afton's grip on reality slipped into a dark abyss. His wrath, an unrelenting tempest, seized hold of an innocent young soul, a child caught in the wake of Afton's spiraling madness. The child, a mere bystander to Afton's turbulent emotions, faced an unfathomable fate. Dragged into the heart of the pizzeria's shadows, the young life was swallowed by the depths of Afton's wrath. The child's terror echoed in the suffocating silence, a haunting testament to the malevolence that gripped the establishment. In a despicable act of cruelty, Afton's rage knew no bounds. He callously cast the young soul into the confines of the old prototype Springlock Freddy suit, an ominous relic that had witnessed unspeakable horrors. As the child's fragile form was ensnared within the archaic mechanisms of the suit, the ancient and rusted springlocks, designed to secure the animatronic costume in place, snapped shut with a bone-chilling finality. The very mechanisms meant to bring life to the animatronic now became instruments of merciless demise. A deafening cacophony shattered the stillness as the springlocks violently engaged, their archaic components grinding and locking into place. The air grew thick with dread, the suit constricting around the child's form in a merciless grip, suffocating cries stifled by the mechanical embrace. Afton's reprehensible act unleashed a horrifying tableau, a twisted dance between man and machine, a grotesque fusion of innocence and malevolence. The pained wails of the child echoed through the pizzeria, an anguished lamentation that reverberated through the corridors, forever etched into the haunted history of Freddy Fazbear's. The unspeakable atrocity perpetrated within those walls sealed the fate of both victim and perpetrator, etching a grisly testament to the darkness that dwelled within the heart of William Afton. And amidst the haunting silence that followed, the pizzeria bore witness to an unspeakable tragedy, a grotesque manifestation of the abyss that lay within the soul of its creator. The night that marked the culmination of a haunting legacy at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria unfolded in a chilling symphony of vengeance. Afton, blinded by his relentless pursuit of power and control, found himself ensnared in the malevolent machinations of the very entities he had wronged. As the pizzeria descended into the shadows of closing hours, the animatronics, vessels of tormented spirits, surged forth with a vengeance that defied the bounds of the afterlife. Among them, the old Springlock Golden Bonnie suit stood as a vessel of both macabre history and retribution. Driven by a collective determination forged in anguish, the animatronics orchestrated a twisted fate for Afton, the architect of their eternal suffering. With calculated intent, they manipulated the springs and mechanisms within the suit, tampering with the very essence that bound flesh and metal together. In a cruel twist of fate, Afton found himself at the mercy of the animatronics, a victim of his own malevolence. The springs, once tools of torment for others, now became instruments of his excruciating imprisonment. He was forcibly thrust into the confinements of the Springlock Golden Bonnie suit, his existence merging with the twisted amalgamation of wires, gears, and mechanical innards. Initially paralyzed by the sheer onslaught of machinery encapsulating his form, Afton's consciousness was thrust into a realm of unimaginable agony. He remained trapped within a grotesque prison, his screams silenced by the unyielding grip of the suit, his flesh and being melding with the mechanical horror that ensnared him. In a final act of cruel retribution, the animatronics, guided by a spectral determination, confined Afton within a desolate chamber. Sealed off from the world by sturdy boards and unyielding bricks, the room became his eternal tomb, a chamber of torment and isolation, a fitting penance for his unforgivable sins. Within the suffocating darkness of his prison, Afton's defiant voice pierced the silence, his words echoing in a chilling proclamation, "I always come back." His tormented spirit, a testament to the unyielding force of malevolence, lingered in the shadows, an ominous specter forever bound within the haunted confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And as the world outside moved on, the legacy of William Afton endured as a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder that some darknesses refuse to be extinguished. The sprawling city embraced the night with its shimmering lights, unaware of the malevolence that lurked within the heart of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. A sense of foreboding hung in the air as the local law enforcement, donned in uniforms bearing the insignia Lancaster City PD, embarked on a grim mission. Their flashlights cut through the shadows as they navigated the desolate corridors of the once vibrant pizzeria. The search for the missing owner, lost weeks ago to the darkness that enveloped the establishment, led them deeper into the belly of the haunted beast. Upon entering the clandestine backroom, a place that bore witness to unspeakable horrors, the officers were met with an oppressive silence. The air was thick with an otherworldly chill that sent shivers down their spines. Illuminated by the cold glow of their flashlights, they scanned the room for clues, unaware of the malevolent force that lay in wait. As they combed through the remnants of the pizzeria's grim history, the officers discovered a calendar on the wall frozen in time. Its date, etched in faded ink, read August 7, 2007, a relic from the past that hinted at the unfolding horrors. In the ominous stillness, the officers pressed forward, their senses heightened by an invisible menace that clung to the air. Little did they know that the very walls harbored a malevolence that would soon engulf them. Abruptly, the oppressive silence shattered into a cacophony of terror. The officers, unwitting intruders into the realm of darkness, faced an unrelenting onslaught. Shadows converged, and the animatronics, twisted vessels of haunted spirits, surged forth with a vengeance. The officers, their uniforms emblazoned with the insignia of Lancaster City PD, became ensnared in a nightmarish ballet of animatronic horror. The relentless onslaught left them defenseless, their feeble attempts to resist crushed beneath the mechanical might. Amidst the chaos, the once silent backroom became a theater of agony, echoing with the desperate pleas of those who dared to tread into the abyss. The malevolent force that gripped the pizzeria claimed new victims, the officers succumbing to the very darkness they sought to dispel. As the specter of horror unfolded within the haunted confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, the legacy of Lancaster, PA, bore witness to a new chapter, a chilling reminder that some secrets were never meant to be uncovered, and some darknesses refused to be extinguished. In the heart of Southside Lancaster, a few miles away from the haunting confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, a motley crew of youngsters navigated the streets. Among them stood a young leader, a street-savvy kid known as Johnny Vanjik, his name, merely a title bestowed upon him by his fellow street urchins. At a tender age of 7, Johnny Vanjik possessed a resilience born of the streets, his spirit untamed by the darker forces lurking in the city's shadows. His demeanor, a blend of curiosity and streetwise confidence, commanded the respect of his peers. Johnny led the ragtag group of 5, each with their own stories etched into the fabric of Southside Lancaster. Their camaraderie was forged in the alleyways and forgotten corners, a bond that transcended the trials of their youthful existence. In this timeline, Johnny Vanjik hadn't traversed the convoluted paths of alternate realities or experienced the labyrinthine corridors of divergent timelines. For him, the name Johnny Vanjik was not a legacy tied to multiversal tales, but rather a moniker bestowed upon him by the street kids, a symbol of camaraderie and shared adventures within the urban sprawl. As they roamed the streets, their laughter mingled with the city's rhythm, a testament to their resilience amidst the harsh realities that defined their daily lives. For Johnny Vanjik and his band of companions, the haunting legacy of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria was but a distant tale whispered in the alleys, a story that held no sway over their youthful pursuits and the bonds that united them on the streets of Southside Lancaster. The evening sunlight waned as Johnny Vanjik and his band of intrepid youngsters meandered through the labyrinthine streets of Southside Lancaster. Their youthful exuberance led them on an unplanned journey that would etch a new chapter in their adventures. As fate would have it, their innocent wanderings led them closer and closer to a foreboding sight, an abandoned lot marked by the hulking remnants of forgotten cop cars, an eerie testament to a past incident that cast a shadow over the desolate area. In their youthful naivete, the allure of the abandoned cop cars proved irresistible. The thrill of adventure beckoned, tantalizing their imaginations with the prospect of uncovering mysteries or catching a make-believe culprit. Unbeknownst to them, their footsteps carried them toward an ominous fate, heedless of the looming specter that awaited within. Drawn by the curiosity of youth and the irresistible allure of the unknown, the youngsters ventured into the abandoned lot, unaware of the darkness that lay dormant within the dilapidated structures. Their innocent quest for excitement blinded them to the impending peril, their imaginations fueled by the fantasy of catching a supposed wrongdoer. In their youthful folly, they failed to comprehend the gravity of the situation, oblivious to the haunting legacy that surrounded the area. With each step into the desolate landscape, their laughter and playful banter mingled with the ominous silence, a stark contrast that masked the sinister truth lurking in the shadows. As they crossed the threshold into the forsaken territory, little did Johnny Vanjik and his companions realize the perilous realm they were about to unwittingly step into, the harrowing echo of past horrors awaiting their unwitting arrival in the abandoned remnants of the law's failed pursuit. The young adventurers, driven by curiosity and a dash of youthful bravado, stepped over the threshold of the abandoned building, unaware that they had wandered into the haunting remnants of a place that once echoed with the joyous laughter of children. Emblazoned on a weathered sign, the name Freddy Fazbear Pizza stood as a haunting emblem of the establishment's past glory. Despite the building's abandonment, the insignia remained eerily intact, casting a spectral shadow over the entrance, a stark reminder of a not-so-distant past, merely 3 weeks ago. The interior, though not yet draped in the shroud of decay, bore the eerie silence of abandonment. The remnants of a place once bustling with life lay frozen in time, a snapshot of an abruptly halted narrative. The animatronics, once vibrant performers, now stood motionless in the dimly lit space, their cheerful facades juxtaposed against the eerie emptiness. For Johnny Vanjik and his companions, The sight of the familiar name held an inexplicable allure, a mix of excitement and trepidation at stumbling upon the forgotten corridors of a place that had recently faded from the city's landscape. Their footsteps echoed through the empty rooms, the air thick with an unsettling silence that seemed to reverberate with the echoes of the pizzeria's lively past. The allure of catching a supposed wrongdoer faded into the backdrop as the eerie atmosphere enveloped the young explorers, their curiosity giving way to a growing sense of unease. In their unwitting intrusion into the deserted Freddy Fazbear Pizza, Johnny Vanjuk and his companions found themselves unwittingly treading upon a canvas painted with the lingering essence of a chilling legacy, a realm where childhood fantasies clashed with the grim realities lurking in the shadows. In the chilling silence of the abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the unsuspecting group of youngsters delved deeper into the desolate corridors, their curiosity driving them further into the unknown. Suddenly, amidst the eerie stillness, a young voice shattered the silence, urging them to flee. The ominous warning of danger reverberated through the air. Confusion clouded their expressions as they glanced around, their youthful faces etched with bewilderment and fear. Before their startled gazes could fully grasp the situation, terror struck. A metal arm emerged from the darkness, snatching one of the kids, pulling them into a hidden recess behind a curtain, a swift and chilling disappearance that sent shockwaves through the group. Instinct and fear collided, compelling the remaining kids to heed the warning and flee. Amidst the chaos, Johnny Vanjuk, guided by an adrenaline-fueled determination, grabbed hold of a wooden chair, wielding it as a makeshift weapon against the encroaching horror. With a resounding crash, the chair collided with Springtrap, the impact causing the already precarious spring blocks to snap into place with a sickening jolt. Agonizing cries echoed through the air as Springtrap convulsed in pain, the tightened springs inflicting torturous torment upon the mechanical entity. Johnny's decisive action inflicted a blow upon Springtrap, but it also heralded an unforeseen consequence. The unleashed agony upon the menacing animatronic intensified its pursuit. Realizing the perilous situation, Johnny's resolve faltered, and in a surge of instinctive survival, he turned and bolted, his heart pounding in terror. As Johnny fled the scene of unimaginable horror, the anguished cries of Springtrap reverberated through the abandoned corridors, a haunting echo of the violence and terror that lurked within Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a ghastly reminder of the danger that awaited those who dared to tread upon the haunted grounds. The frenzied pursuit reached a fever pitch as Johnny Vanjuk and the remaining youngsters dashed through the corridors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, their panicked breaths echoing against the walls of the forsaken establishment. Panic clawed at their hearts as they frantically attempted every locked door in vain, realizing their desperate attempt at escape had been thwarted, their retreat cut off by the cruel hand of fate. Behind them, Springtrap, a twisted amalgamation of metal and remnants of flesh and bone, relentlessly closed the distance. In a desperate bid to stave off the looming threat, Johnny's instincts kicked in once more. With a surge of courage, he seized the nearest piece of Springtrap's metallic arm, aiming for the exposed spring. With a decisive strike, he punched the spring, sending it plunging deeper into the animatronic's former flesh and bone. The resulting recoil within Springtrap unleashed a gruesome spectacle, a horrific fusion of mechanical components burrowing further into the remnants of its original form. The cacophony of agony mingled with the din of chaos as the kids, propelled by fear, continued their desperate flight through the haunted halls. Amidst the frenetic sprint for survival, a grim realization settled upon Johnny Vanjuk. He understood the grim odds they faced, the inevitability that only a handful, if any, might survive the nightmarish ordeal they found themselves trapped in. With every fleeting moment, the relentless pursuit of Springtrap gnawed at their heels, a chilling reminder that their escape was merely a fleeting hope. As they raced through the darkened corridors, Johnny harbored the grim understanding that the night held an inexorable fate, one that might snatch away the lives of his companions, leaving only a few survivors, if any, to tell the haunting tale of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In the heart of the abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, amidst the suffocating darkness and lingering echoes of terror, Springtrap, the amalgamation of machine and remnants of William Afton, was consumed by a tempest of rage and agony. Ensnared in a maelstrom of torment, Springtrap convulsed with frenzied fury. His mechanical limbs contorted in a grotesque display as he tore at his own form, wrenching springs and wires from his tortured body with a visceral determination. Each violent motion rent the air with an anguished symphony of metal and pain. The once human consciousness trapped within the mechanical prison screamed in a cacophony of rage and agony, a twisted echo of William Afton's fury. Amidst the torment, a guttural roar pierced the silence, a vow of vengeance and relentless pursuit. Springtrap's tortured voice reverberated through the abandoned halls as he bellowed his promise, the relentless proclamation that he always returns, an ominous oath that hung in the air like a curse. With every torn wire and extracted spring, Springtrap's rage only seemed to intensify. His distorted form, a grotesque testament to his malevolent determination, pulsated with an otherworldly fury as he swore to hunt down those who had crossed his path, the young souls who dared to trespass upon his domain. In his agonized fury, Springtrap's wrath transcended the boundaries of mechanical agony, a relentless force driven by an insatiable thirst for retribution. As his anguished screams echoed through the desolate corridors, his vow of relentless pursuit lingered in the shadows, an ominous warning that bore the weight of a curse upon those who dared to cross paths with the vengeful spirit trapped within the haunted shell of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In the ominous silence of the main dining hall, the air hung heavy with a palpable tension as the group of terrified youngsters stumbled upon an unexpected sight. Standing sentinel on the stage were the four familiar and seemingly friendly animatronics: Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy. Their gazes, though benign in appearance, bore an otherworldly depth as they peered down at the bewildered children. In voices that echoed with an eerie semblance of innocence and warmth, the animatronics spoke with an unsettling warning tinged with an ethereal wisdom. "We are here to entertain and bring joy," Freddy's voice echoed, its tone carrying a haunting resonance. Chica's voice chimed in, her words filled with an eerie solemnity, "You shouldn't be here. It's not safe. Springtrap cannot be stopped." Bonnie's voice followed, a haunting echo that sent shivers down their spines. "Run, children. Flee from this place. Springtrap's wrath knows no end." Foxy's voice, tinged with an otherworldly sorrow, delivered a chilling ultimatum: "You must escape while you still can. He cannot die." The animatronic's admonition was laden with a sense of foreboding, an unnerving urgency that pierced through the fear-stricken hearts of the youngsters. The children stood frozen in dread, their wide eyes reflecting a mix of terror and disbelief at the surreal encounter with these once beloved entertainers. As the haunting warning reverberated through the hall, a chilling realization set in: the children stood at the precipice of a harrowing ordeal, caught between the relentless malevolence of Springtrap and the spectral guardianship of the animatronics who harbored an eerie knowledge of the horrors that awaited them within the haunted confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The tension in the air crackled with dread as William Afton, consumed by a malevolent fury, emerged from the shadows, his deranged visage a haunting reminder of the horrors that lurked within the walls of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. With an unhinged fervor, Afton's distorted voice pierced the silence, his words dripping with venomous intent. "I can't die. And those animatronic beasts? All my creation. And for you," he sneered, his gaze fixated on Johnny Vanjuk, "a special suit awaits." Enraged by the menacing threat, Johnny Vanjuk, refusing to succumb to fear, launched himself at Afton with a fiery determination. With a fearless fervor, he collided with the malevolent figure, urging the other children to flee from the encroaching danger. In a whirlwind of defiance, Johnny delivered a series of powerful punches to Springtrap, aiming for the mechanical eyes that glowed with an otherworldly malice. Each strike resonated with a resolute determination, a courageous attempt to fend off the impending doom. However, Afton, fueled by a grotesque determination, seized Johnny in a vice-like grip, his twisted strength overpowering the valiant efforts of the young defender. With a chilling display of brutality, he hurled Johnny against a nearby wall, the forceful impact echoing through the desolate hall. As Johnny crumpled against the unforgiving surface, the chilling reality of their dire situation sunk in the harrowing clash with the malevolent force of Afton, and the relentless pursuit of Springtrap foretold a nightmarish fate that threatened to consume them all within the haunted confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In the throes of the intense struggle between Johnny Vanjik and the malevolent force of William Afton, a sudden interruption shattered the imminent threat. From the shadows emerged a figure, a night guard who had silently observed the unfolding horror within the forsaken pizzeria. With a swift and decisive action, the night guard lunged forth, intercepting William Afton in a daring attempt to halt the impending menace. As the two figures collided in a whirlwind of conflict, the night guard's voice reverberated through the hall with a chilling revelation. "Been a long time, Father." The words, tinged with a blend of sorrow and determination, unveiled the night guard's true identity. It was none other than Michael Afton, the son of William Afton himself. The revelation of Michael's survival cast a shadow of disbelief upon the chaotic scene. In a dramatic confrontation between father and son, the two grappled in a tumultuous struggle, one driven by a son's resolve to undo the sinister legacy woven by his father's malevolence. Amidst the tumult, Johnny Vanjik, battered but resolute, witnessed the clash between the estranged kin, a confrontation that carried the weight of years of tragedy and malevolent deeds. The fate of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza hung in the balance as the night guard, now revealed as Michael Afton, fought to thwart the unremitting darkness that had plagued their lives for far too long. In the aftermath of the confrontation between Michael Afton and his father William Afton, the night guard gestured urgently for Johnny Vanjik to escape the unfolding chaos. Responding to the command, Johnny raced through the desolate corridors, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and determination. As if guided by an unseen force, Johnny found himself drawn into a room holding the eerie animatronic figure of Golden Freddy. The dimly lit room seemed to pulse with a supernatural energy, and the animatronic's eyes began to glow with an otherworldly radiance. Suddenly, the haunted specter within the Golden Freddy suit stirred to life. The suit contorted in an unnatural, spectral manner, and from within emerged the voice of a teenager, an older, more mature presence that introduced itself as Cassidy. "Very dark in this place, is it not, Vanjik?" Cassidy's voice echoed with an enigmatic weight, a mysterious aura that hinted at a profound connection to the haunted legacy of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Approaching Johnny with a deliberate calmness, Cassidy extended his hand, the gesture laden with an unspoken understanding. Johnny, captivated by the mesmerizing glow of Cassidy's eyes, felt a strange resonance with the teenager's presence. As their hands met, a surge of energy coursed through Johnny. His eyes, once accustomed to the shadows, now glowed with an ethereal luminescence. The veil of darkness lifted, revealing a newfound perception that transcended the ordinary boundaries of sight. In this altered state, Johnny Vanjik and Cassidy stood connected, their intertwined fates entwined within the haunted tapestry of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The mysterious glow in Johnny's eyes signified an awakening and emergence into a realm where the shadows held secrets, and the night itself became a canvas upon which the stories of the haunted souls unfolded. As the enigmatic exchange with Cassidy and Golden Freddy unfolded, Johnny Vanjik stood at the precipice of an otherworldly revelation. The haunting voice of Golden Freddy resonated in the dimly lit room, offering a cryptic promise that seemed to transcend the confines of reality. "I couldn't save myself. You might not be able to save your friends, but I can save you." The words echoed with an ethereal certainty, laden with a solemn assurance that bore the weight of unseen forces at play. Understanding dawned upon Johnny as he absorbed the cryptic message. A sense of purpose and resolve surged within him, fueled by the inexplicable connection he felt with the haunted spirits lingering within the pizzeria's confines. With newfound determination, Johnny emerged from the room, stepping into the dimly lit corridor. A chilling sight awaited him, a tragic tableau unfolded before his eyes. Springtrap, driven by a relentless malevolence, had put an end to the night guard, leaving a scene of devastation in his wake. Enraged by the loss and fueled by a fierce determination, Johnny's voice pierced the oppressive silence. "Hey, pissbot," he screamed, addressing the malevolent entity that stood as a harbinger of doom. The words, a defiant challenge flung at Springtrap, echoed through the desolate halls, an act of defiance against the unrelenting darkness that threatened to consume them all. With courage kindled by the enigmatic connection he had forged, Johnny prepared to confront the relentless force of Springtrap, his heart ablaze with a determination to defy the haunting legacy that had ensnared the spirits within Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In a frenzy of fury and determination, Johnny Vanjik seized a nearby chair, wielding it as a makeshift weapon against the malevolent force of Springtrap. With a resounding crash, the chair collided with Springtrap, the impact echoing through the desolate corridors, a valiant attempt to fend off the encroaching horror. Undeterred, Johnny's resolve blazed brighter as he grabbed a water pitcher nearby, the liquid within it still present. With a swift and determined motion, he poured the contents over Springtrap, the liquid cascading over the animatronic entity in a fervent attempt to stall its relentless advance. Spotting an old baseball bat nearby, Johnny's hands closed around it with a determined grip. With each swing, he unleashed a torrent of pent-up frustration and defiance, the metallic clang of the bat against Springtrap punctuating the air in a relentless barrage. In a whirlwind of aggression, Johnny Vanjik waged a personal war against the haunting entity, his words echoing with a raw intensity. "He goes to war in hell on the bloody pissbot. Screw you, Springtrap." Driven by a fierce determination to defy the encroaching darkness, Johnny fought with an unyielding spirit, a solitary figure standing against the malevolent force that sought to consume them all within the haunted confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. As Johnny Vanjik valiantly battled against Springtrap, a sudden interruption disrupted the frenzied clash. A new presence emerged from the shadows, an animatronic figure that loomed ominously in the dimly lit confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The metallic form of Springlock Freddy materialized, its imposing stature casting an eerie silhouette against the haunting backdrop. With a mechanical precision, Springlock Freddy seized Johnny, tossing him aside in a calculated motion. Yet, amidst the chaos, an unexpected twist unfolded. The animatronic's actions were not driven by malice toward Johnny. Instead, its gaze fixed upon William Afton, a singular focus driving its intent. Springlock Freddy's mechanical visage bore an air of determination, its presence signaling an intent that seemed solely directed at Afton, the mastermind behind the haunting legacy of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Though momentarily cast aside by the animatronic's forceful action, Johnny's struggle against Springtrap now shifted as he observed the standoff between Afton and Springlock Freddy. In the midst of the tumultuous encounter, a deeper, enigmatic purpose seemed to guide the actions of the animatronic, signaling a pivotal moment in the unfolding saga within the haunted realm of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In a surreal turn of events, amidst the tension-laden confrontation between Springlock Freddy and William Afton, an unexpected alliance formed. From the shadows emerged the familiar figures of Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, the original animatronics that once stood as symbols of joy and entertainment within Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Their movements, once cheerful and animated, now carried a solemnity as they approached the unfolding scene. Each animatronic took deliberate steps, their presence signaling a unified purpose that transcended their mechanical nature. As they encircled the standoff between Springlock Freddy and Afton, an unspoken camaraderie seemed to bind them together, a shared determination that hinted at a deeper understanding between the animatronics and the haunting legacy that tied their existence to the fateful pizzeria. Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, once performers frozen in an endless cycle of tragedy, now stood united, their actions bearing the weight of an unspoken agreement. Together, they formed an unexpected front, aligning in a silent but resolute show of solidarity against the malevolent force that had wrought chaos within the haunted walls. Johnny Vanjuk, observing the enigmatic alliance between the animatronics, realized the profound significance of the moment, an unprecedented convergence that held the promise of rewriting the haunting tale that had ensnared the spirits within Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. In the unfolding spectacle, a glimmer of hope emerged amidst the shadows, heralding a chance for redemption and liberation from the malevolent grasp that had plagued the haunted realm for so long. In a tumultuous clash that echoed through the desolate corridors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a battle of epic proportions unfolded. Springtrap, the embodiment of malevolence, faced an unexpected coalition formed by Springlock Freddy, alongside the original animatronics Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie. The skirmish was a symphony of chaos and determination, a relentless struggle against the encroaching darkness that had ensnared the haunted pizzeria for far too long. Springtrap, driven by an unrelenting malevolence, lashed out with ferocity, his mechanical form twisting and contorting in a frenzy of aggression. With calculated precision, he launched relentless assaults, each movement fueled by a relentless desire to dominate and destroy. Opposing him, the coalition of animatronics fought with an unexpected synergy. Springlock Freddy, animated with a determined purpose, led the charge, his movements synchronized with the original quartet of animatronics. Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, though once entertainers frozen in a tragic cycle, fought with an uncanny coordination. Their movements, synchronized and decisive, were a testament to their newfound resolve, a unified front against the malevolent force that sought to perpetuate the haunting legacy of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The clash between the opposing forces was a tumultuous ballet of conflict, a clash of wills that reverberated through the haunted halls. Each strike, each movement bore the weight of years of tragedy, a relentless struggle to break free from the grasp of malevolence and rewrite the haunting narrative that had ensnared them all. In the midst of the chaotic skirmish, Johnny Vanjuk stood witness to the unprecedented battle, a testament to the haunting legacy that had unfolded within the desolate confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The outcome of this clash held the promise of liberation or perpetual entrapment within the relentless cycle of darkness, a pivotal moment that would shape the fate of the haunted spirits within the cursed pizzeria. The chaotic clash between Springtrap and the coalition of animatronics intensified, but despite their unified efforts, Springtrap's relentless strength and ferocity proved overpowering. In a relentless display of brute force, Springtrap began systematically overpowering each animatronic, one by one. Freddy, once a symbol of joy and entertainment, faltered under the relentless assault. His mechanical form, battered and twisted, could not withstand the overwhelming force unleashed by Springtrap. Foxy, known for his swiftness and cunning, fought valiantly, yet he too succumbed to the overpowering might of Springtrap's aggression, his form left ravaged and immobilized. Chica and Bonnie, stalwarts of the animatronic ensemble, faced a similar fate as they tried to resist Springtrap's overwhelming force. Despite their efforts to stand their ground, they too fell victim to Springtrap's unyielding onslaught. The haunting spectacle unfolded as each animatronic, once guardians of joy and laughter, lay battered and incapacitated under Springtrap's overwhelming might. Their once animating spirits flickered, the weight of the relentless assault threatening to snuff out the remnants of their haunted existence. Amidst the chaos, Johnny Vanjuk, a witness to the harrowing scene, stood frozen in dread. The overwhelming dominance displayed by Springtrap cast a shadow of despair over the desolate corridors, the fate of the animatronics hanging in the balance as the malevolent entity continued its rampage, seemingly unstoppable in its quest for dominance within the cursed realm of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The relentless onslaught continued as Springtrap, driven by an unyielding malevolence, targeted Springlock Freddy, the enigmatic animatronic that stood as an unexpected ally against the encroaching darkness. With an unnerving precision, Springtrap seized Springlock Freddy in a brutal display of force, his mechanical strength overpowering the animatronic's defenses. In a devastating motion, Springtrap tore through Springlock Freddy's form, rending the top half of the animatronic's head with a hauntingly visceral force. A cacophony of twisted metal and sparks erupted as Springlock Freddy's once intact form was maimed, the animatronic's internal components laid bare in a chilling display of destruction. The haunting scene bore testament to the overpowering might of Springtrap, his relentless aggression leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. The torn remnants of Springlock Freddy lay in a grotesque display of visceral testament to the malevolent force that wielded unyielding power within the haunted corridors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The defeat of Springlock Freddy, a once vital ally in the fight against the encroaching darkness, cast a pall of despair over the unfolding saga, signaling a grim turn in the relentless struggle against the malevolent force that haunted the cursed pizzeria. In the midst of the chaotic and despairing scene, Johnny Vanjak's eyes caught a glimmer amidst the darkness, a faint, ethereal glow emanating from the fallen corpse of one of the policemen who had ventured into the forsaken pizzeria earlier. Driven by desperation and a newfound resolve, Johnny approached the fallen officer's remains, drawn inexplicably toward the source of the unearthly radiance. Amongst the grisly scene, his hand closed around an object, and as he pulled it into the dim light, a glint revealed a familiar calling card, the unmistakable shape of a .44 Magnum, a trademark of the Vanjak lineage. A surge of determination coursed through Johnny as he held the weapon in his trembling hand, the weight of its significance resonating within the haunted halls. With an unwavering resolve, he stared down at the gun, a symbol of his lineage, a legacy steeped in dark tales and ancestral lore. "Your time is up, Springtrap." Johnny's voice, resolute and charged with defiance, shattered the eerie silence that had enveloped the forsaken pizzeria. His eyes blazed with a newfound determination as he raised the .44 Magnum, aiming it squarely at the malevolent entity that had wrought havoc within the cursed establishment. In a dramatic crescendo, Johnny Vanjak, heir to a legacy steeped in mystery and darkness, stood poised to confront the relentless force of Springtrap. With the weight of his lineage and a resolute determination, he prepared to face the embodiment of malevolence that had haunted the haunted realm of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza for far too long. In an electrifying turn of events, Johnny Vanjak's eyes blazed with an otherworldly glow, a mysterious energy surging within him. William Afton, taken aback by the sudden transformation, faltered for a moment, a flicker of uncertainty crossing his malevolent visage. With unyielding resolve, Johnny fired the .44 Magnum, the thunderous shots reverberating through the desolate corridors. Each bullet propelled forward with a resolute determination, aimed at the menacing figure of Springtrap, yet the malevolent entity stood firm against the barrage, its form barely flinching against the onslaught. Amidst the chaos, the four kids who had accompanied Johnny surged back into the scene, their spirits undeterred by the harrowing circumstances. With a fervent determination, they launched an assault against Springtrap, their movements synchronized in a unified effort to halt the entity's relentless advance. But the turning tide of the confrontation heralded a surprising ally, Golden Freddy, who emerged from the shadows, joining the fray with an enigmatic determination. The spectral figure of Golden Freddy, an ethereal presence with an otherworldly aura, added an unexpected dimension to the battle as it engaged Springtrap in a hauntingly eerie clash. In the midst of the tumultuous conflict, Johnny Vanjak, undeterred by the overwhelming odds, stood poised to confront the malevolent force alongside the unexpected allies that had rallied to his side. With a fiery determination, he prepared to face the relentless darkness that had plagued Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a determination to raise hell against the encroaching malevolence that threatened to ensnare them all within its haunting grasp. In a tumultuous surge of resolve and unity, the four brave children, accompanied by the spectral presence of Golden Freddy, converged upon William Afton. With an uncanny determination, they collectively grappled with the malevolent entity, each one contributing to physically subdue the force that had wreaked havoc within the haunted pizzeria. Meanwhile, Johnny Vanjuk, fueled by an unyielding determination and the .44 Magnum in hand, unleashed a relentless barrage of shots aimed at Springtrap. Each bullet found its mark with a resounding impact, activating the intricate springlocks within the animatronic suit, inflicting excruciating pain upon the malevolent entity. With every shot fired, the activated springlocks within Springtrap's suit convulsed, causing him intense agony. The haunting entity, a vessel of torment and malevolence, writhed and contorted in a visceral display of suffering, each activation of the springlocks amplifying his torment. The symphony of gunfire, coupled with Springtrap's agonized cries, reverberated through the haunted corridors, a testament to the fierce determination of Johnny Vanjuk and the collective effort of his allies against the malevolent force that had plagued them all. Though it felt like an eternity, each shot fired by Johnny inflicted immeasurable pain upon Springtrap. The animatronic entity, once an embodiment of terror, faltered under the onslaught, his movements growing weaker with each convulsion of the activated springlocks. Finally, after what seemed like an arduous battle against the encroaching darkness, Springtrap succumbed to the relentless assault. His form, battered and weakened, collapsed amidst the haunting echoes of anguish, the malevolent entity brought to its knees by the combined efforts of Johnny Vanjuk and his allies. The haunting silence that followed was a stark contrast to the tumultuous conflict that had unfolded moments before. The malevolent force that had plagued Freddy Fazbear's Pizza lay defeated, its reign of terror finally brought to an end by the unyielding determination and unity of those who stood against it. As the haunting echoes of the conflict began to fade, the four courageous children, accompanied by the spectral presence of Golden Freddy, emerged victorious from the desolate corridors of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The doors, as if by an ethereal force, unlocked, allowing the children to depart from the haunted realm, leaving behind the echoes of their harrowing ordeal. However, amidst the departure, the spectral figure of Golden Freddy, once known as a child named Cassidy, lingered behind. Driven by an unquenchable thirst for revenge, a determination that transcended the bounds of mortality, Cassidy re-entered the forsaken pizzeria, dragging William Afton, the malevolent force that had wrought havoc, towards the backroom. With a resolute determination, Cassidy sealed the backroom once more, boarding it up as a solitary guardian against the potential return of Afton's malevolent spirit. The spectral entity, a vengeful specter bound by an oath of retribution, stood as a solitary sentinel, a vow etched in the very fabric of the haunting realm. A solemn promise echoed through the desolate confines, the vow that if Afton were ever to return, Cassidy would stand as a formidable force, ready to confront and thwart any attempt by the malevolent entity to wreak havoc once more within the cursed walls of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. With a sense of closure, the haunting pizzeria fell into an eerie silence, the legacy of its harrowing tale etched into the depths of its forsaken halls. Cassidy, now a spectral avenger, stood as a solitary guardian, a lingering spirit bound by an unyielding determination to ensure that if darkness ever dared to rear its head again, he would be there, an eternal sentinel, ready to confront and vanquish the malevolent force that had plagued the cursed establishment. The spectral figure of Cassidy, bound by an oath of revenge, gazed upon the haunting confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, resolute in his quest for retribution. Yet, amidst the solemn determination, a shimmer of surprise flickered in his spectral eyes as he noticed the presence of a much older Johnny Vanjuk, a paradoxical convergence of past and future. Seated beside Cassidy, the older Vanjuk carried a sense of wisdom and understanding, a seasoned aura that transcended the passage of time. Their exchange carried the weight of unspoken understanding as they conversed, a dialogue between spectral avenger and time-traveling enigma. "So, you're going to do this?" inquired the elder Vanjuk, his tone tinged with a profound recognition of the solemn task at hand. Cassidy's reply resonated with an unwavering resolve: "Yes." His determination remained steadfast, though a glimpse of hesitation flitted across his spectral visage. The elder Vanjuk, perceptive to Cassidy's resolve, offered a contemplative remark, "Younger me is always here, you know." Cassidy's reply echoed with a poignant truth, "Yes, but he is a child. I was a child doesn't drag another child into their mess. They find an adult." A solemn understanding passed between the two figures, an unspoken agreement that transcended the complexities of their intertwined existence. Johnny Vanjuk, comprehending Cassidy's sentiment, stepped forward, acknowledging the responsibility inherent in his own maturity. Approaching the fallen remains of Afton, Johnny Vanjuk, with a resolute determination, delivered a decisive blow, breaking the animatronic and human skull with a forceful stomp. In that fleeting moment, as the shattered remnants lay scattered, Johnny's form began to dissolve, fading into the enigmatic realm of the multiverse. The haunting pizzeria fell into an eerie silence once more. The spectral figure of Cassidy stood alone, a sentinel bound by a vow of retribution, as the echoes of Vanjuk's actions reverberated through the desolate corridors, a testament to the complex interplay of time, responsibility, and the haunting legacy that had unfolded within the cursed establishment. With an unwavering resolve, Cassidy, the spectral avenger, stood amidst the desolate confines of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. His words, laden with determination and finality, echoed through the haunting halls, a stern warning directed at the fallen entity of William Afton. "You're not coming back this time, Mr. Afton," Cassidy declared with an air of solemn authority. His voice reverberated through the eerie silence, a resolute proclamation that bore the weight of an unbreakable oath. A haunting vow followed, spoken with a chilling certainty, "You will rot, and if you still come back, I will burn you." As his words hung in the air, the pizzeria descended into an ominous stillness, the legacy of its harrowing tale etched into the fabric of its forsaken halls. Cassidy, the spectral avenger, stood resolute, his vow of retribution binding the fallen entity to the haunting fate he had decreed, a final ultimatum that carried the weight of an eternal consequence. The chilling resolve in Cassidy's words marked the end of the haunting saga, a testament to the relentless determination of those who dared to confront the encroaching darkness within the cursed realm of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And in that haunting silence, the legacy of the cursed establishment faded into the darkness, its enigmatic tale reaching a chilling conclusion.